Spirit's speaking today again. And Lemuria. The Lemurian elders wish to come through. So, let's see. Let's see what the message is today for us. What would you like to share today? Beautiful cards these are. They're my favourite. Remind me of home. So if you've been following me, you'll know that all things Lemuria is part of one of my multi-dimensional selves. I brought back to myself during my long healing journey. And you know your healing journey, it does never end. So when you think you've reached that that top of that mountain, you think, surely I can't go any higher now on this journey. Yeah, that's just spiritual evolution, you know. You keep going. It's a never-ending journey. It's kind of rude. So, if you follow me, you'll know that what to expect by now. So, the Lemurians like to speak and have me speaking my light language, they're saying. And they've just said they don't like to speak. You speak your light language. My ancient language that's come back to me after I reclaimed my energy. Now this card came out yesterday. Yeah, just yesterday. And I hold the cards up close to the camera because these hold very, very powerful activations in them. So they're repeating the message. Reclaim your energy. So yeah, it was about recapitulation. I'll just get the... So recapitulation, owning your power. Where you put your energy is your choice. Overcoming triggers through self-awareness, energy vampires. Reclaiming your soul fragments, observing the observer, and shifting victim mentality. So, they obviously want me to read some of the parts that I skipped yesterday, they just said to me. So, when we embrace an energy-aware lifestyle, we start to notice when we feel drained or ungrounded. Yeah, when I speak about grounding is so important, that's because when we do wake up to our energy, you know, and we feel energy and we feel others' energy, we have to ground because it can make us feel quite disorientated, exhausted, physically ill also, you know, because it affects the physical body, the emotional, mental. Yeah, I've experienced this. So as a Reiki practitioner, I had to be very aware of protecting my energy before the session starts and also after. So, you know, myself, I Pualo Santo. I also use cellulite crystal to sweep down the body and the auric field. I also have crystals on me during the Reiki treatments that I do, just for that added protection, you know. I always have a crystal on me anyway, but yeah, I'm very, very discerning about my energy now. And what part was it that I missed then? So yeah, they've drawn me to what fear-based and limiting expectations are keeping you from your power. Consciously choose and align yourself with ideas that serve you, and suddenly you will have a lot more energy for the meaningful, inspiring parts of your life. You will also have improved presence and more for your loved ones. Yeah, so that takes us back to like surrounding yourself with the right people, the right environment. So, you know, I've got all of my crystals surrounding me. This beautiful environment I've created for myself is so I can be in a spiritual sanctuary, you know. This space is just for me to create these videos and to you know, create my business for healing and helping others. So I needed a space for that. So it's really important to create your environment to be conducive, they're saying, to what you want to create in the world, and what, you know, your choice of career also, you know, because they do know that healers, although, you know, it's spiritually gifted, it's also a career, you know, it's a job for them also, but it's a calling. But they know that we can, as healers, you know, create, in the human terms of words, a job out of it, basically, a career, you know. But personally, you know, for me, my energy healing and the knowing of I am a healer, you know, I'm very ancient soul. I hold these gifts inside of me. Once I started doing this energy healing myself and raising, you know, these remind me of the chakras, the light body, but chakras, for some reason they remind me of the chakras. And you know, once you start doing the energy healing and the raising of removing all these blockages out of the chakras, yeah, and then you've got a heart here, and then you start living from the heart. So it's really hard as a healer to make a career and a job out of this, because it's a calling, but you have to find that, you know, that balance, because they know that we live in the earthly realm, and also, you know, we are divine, so you've got to find that balance. And then, you know, this is what you do when you start balancing out your chakras and radiating from the heart. You know, you find your sacred heart. This is what balances all out, you know. You balance that human and divine out in self, and you do start understanding that you know, you are human and you are divine. You are not just one or the other. But yeah, it's very, you've got to learn, you know, and become more discerning about where you put your energy. And you know, I can't just do Reiki healing sessions and not charge anything for them, because for one, it's energy exchange also, but for two, it's, I live in the human, I live, you know, in the human earthly realm, and we all know that in the human earthly realm, we need money, that currency, you know, that that the government says we need that to survive, you know, to buy food, to buy shelter, you know, mortgages, all of that, we need that. And you know, the light beings understand that we need that also, so they help us, you know, on our healing healer's path. They help bring that in towards us, you know, so that we can carry on on our soul path, but also afford to live in this earthly realm. And through that transformation, how beautiful are these cards? And I know I say it all the time, but each time I see these cards, wow, it just reminds me of a place my soul knows. Like, I watched Avatar the other week, and I'm going to cinema to watch the last Avatar before it goes off, and oh, I can't wait, because these cards remind me so much of Avatar. And you know, Lemurians, they got their energy from, you know, the ocean, you know, their life force energy from the earth, the plants, the trees, ocean. And Avatar is exactly that. And that will be another story coming up, which I've known for quite a while. But I need to watch the third one first, the last one, they're saying. Everything has a divine plan, also a divine timing on when I channel these messages and get them out. I understand that now. So yeah, let's read a little bit about transformation. But yeah, transformation on our spiritual journey. Things, many things back to us. Things that have been hidden from us, you know, behind that veil. We start waking up to many things when we start transforming on our spiritual path. So self-nurturing, going within, time alone, being present with your feelings, cocooning, before the butterfly, being gentle on yourself, angelic embrace. Yeah, and you know, before my butterfly, before I found my angel wings, which has took me many years to find my angelic wings. I believe I have them now, otherwise I would not be speaking about it. Just prior to coming online and my spirit team was guiding me, I saw myself as in a cocoon, you know, that metamorphosis just before the butterfly. And then I saw myself as a butterfly merging out of the cocoon and flying, free flight, they're saying. And then I knew I had gained my angel wings, and that was because of all the years of transformation, self-nurturing, going within, time alone, being present with my feelings even when I didn't want to be, you know, certain feelings I didn't want to be, but I knew I had to face them. It was time. And I just want to read a little bit about this painting and just take it in, because these powerful images and paintings will activate something inside of you. If you are here and finding my channel, you're meant to be. It's divine timing also. So this painting started with the name I needed a hug. And we all need a hug, don't we? On days of, you know, not one of us don't need a hug. So I painted one. So she needed a hug, this painter. And then, you know, so she created her own hug. And that's what you do when you start transforming. You create the things that you need. You know, you are the creator. And she put, during the creation process, the image underwent a profound transformation that paralleled the journey I was taking deep within myself. And she put, this card signifies going inwards and being truly present with wherever you are at in the process. It emits a sense of self-nurture and space that is held as a container for our delicate and vulnerable gestation periods. Yeah, so when you go deep on this transformation journey, and you do go very, very deep, deeper than you'll ever go in your life. Yeah, not going to sugarcoat it. Once you start transforming spiritually, you go deep, deep. You find layers of yourself, fragments of yourself start returning. That's how deep you go. This life, past life, remembrances. She put, the final image is filled with blessings like an angelic embrace. This care emanates from the being, implying that she is creating it for herself. The most powerful healing comes from a place of presence and acceptance for all that doesn't try to fix anything or push things away. Yeah, you know, just when you relax into yourself and let things flow as they are meant to flow and heal as they are meant to heal, without pushing and putting that resistance up. That's when the biggest, deepest healing comes and the biggest breakthrough comes on your journey. When you stop, controlling it also. So she put, feel whatever you need to feel. It may be hard to be present with some parts of yourself. Yeah, on my journey, wow. Some parts of myself I did not want to face. I did not want to return back to those places I had hidden for self-preservation, you know. But I knew this journey was sending me into all of that. This was not going to be, I'm going to go in there and it's 2 minutes fixing it. No, I knew it was going to be years and years of self-healing, discovery, going into my shadows, you know, that needed to be released. And then with that, with going into all of that, the energy started to rise, you know. And then by going into my shadows, I released my heart. It starts with transformation and being willing to, you know, take that journey of transformation. So she says, cry or be angry if this is what you are holding on to, and laugh at the hilarious, ironic, divine perfection of it all. Yeah, I let myself cry often, and I know why, because it's energy that needs to be moved out of your body. You know, crying, people say, don't cry, don't cry. I say, do cry, do cry. Because when we hold emotions in that have been stifled for far, far too long, this lifetime, past lifetime, it only serves to hurt us more, you know. It doesn't serve to heal us. But once you let go of those emotions and you be brave enough to and face them, wow, that's when the transformation really comes. And she says, this card beckons you beyond your constructive outer self, where you can delve into the beautiful abyss of your being. Revel in the twilight before the dawn and let your wings unfurl. How beautiful is that? Yeah, it's all about wings, silent wings, butterfly wings. It's a journey back to our wings. In any language, the saying. You know, even the Lemurian cards, they speak about wings, cocoon, wings, you know. My angelic cards, they speak about wings, finding your wings. Yeah, every card, every oracle decks, that it's wings. A journey back to our wings. Wings. So she'll get one card. I can feel some Light language activating. One more message, please. Mary Elders. One more message. Yep, that one. Do. No, I've got stuck. Fine button. Any more messages? Big cards, these cards roll. Any more messages? Any more? Yeah, they said to look at the bottom of the pack, and I know why. Heart chakra. And these symbols here. Now they may look just like symbols, and they will activate something in you. They'll activate your heart chakra, they're saying. Are you ready to activate your heart chakra? You must be, because you've found this channel. And that's what I speak about, you know, that journey back to our sacred heart. Coming from the heart. Just take this card in. Again, wings, dragonfly. I've been seeing a lot of symbols on dragonflies. Just before I got my wings, I was getting a lot of signs and synchronicities about dragonflies, butterflies also, and of course angelic wings. O soto yo noye, e kosho no yamaye, e o suyane shotolo, e o siane yane, akasio toye, e o shotoya namane, o yasia, ayasio kosho toya ya, e amasio no, e o, siati shotoyo mayeye. Akaseo no yo. E shotoya mayeye. Maria eo sotoya ya. Oh, and look what's behind that card. High heart chakra. You've got heart chakra and you've got high heart chakra. Now, I want me to speak about this. Let's have a look. So if you follow me, and if you're here, I reckon you do, I always speak about leading from the heart in anything that we do. You know, this journey, it takes us back to our heart, the knowing of our sacred heart. Not the heart you knew before this journey, but our sacred heart. And also the high heart chakra. So, the heart chakra. Love for oneself and others. Relationships, compassion, forgiveness, empathy, connection, receptivity, acceptance and generosity. I want to hold it up for you. This chakra card represents love in all its forms. It reminds you that everything in life can unfold into love or fear. When unfurled back enough, the foundation of all you seek lies in the universal desire and right to feel loved and be loved. Love heals, God is love. This is the force that will change the world. Yeah. Everything comes from the heart. Everything. And love, it's the most powerful frequency we hold. Above everything else. Unconditional love is the most powerful frequency. It can change the world. And it just says here, you know, forgive those and forgive yourself. By doing that, we release our heart. It says, remember, we all just want to be loved and accepted, but insecurities and triggers can cause behaviours that move us away from this place. Have compassion. Know that others may be in their suffering. Expand your awareness and heart-centered radiance for all beings on this planet. Encapsulate Earth in loving compassion. Bask in the blissful feeling of the planet in all of its perfect balance, loving you back. Yeah. Forgive those, you know, who have hurt you, and forgive yourself. That's what frees our heart. And the high heart. Divine love. Selflessness. Spiritual compassion. Oneness through heart-centered bliss. Healing. Gratitude. Giving love. Dharma. Patience. Joy. This card taps into the blissful oneness we feel as we drop away our edges and protective containers. This is the place where we feel held and seen. Enough to flow into oneness, where the eternal part of me meets the eternal part of you. This is the selfless state where our higher selves commune for illuminated perspective on how we share, give and lift others in our joyful overflow. And it says here, consider your life purpose by exploring what allows you to give in joy. And the colour is iridescent pink. Yeah, you know, when you find your ecstatic bliss through doing the transformation and doing that energy healing, you find your heart chakra, you know, you unfurl that love back to yourself. Then you want others to feel what you feel. You want others to experience what you're experiencing. You want that for others, you know. You want others to feel the joy that you feel. The joy in helping others find their joy. You want that for people, you know. You want that for the world. And you can see how powerful, you know, finding your heart, that unfurling back to love, has been, you know, and is. And you can see how powerful it would be if that then reached others, you know, and it would create a better planet for us all to live on, you know, coming from the heart. Unconditional love. It's the most powerful frequency we hold. Ae no shonoye. Eko sotoya maye, eo siane, asio kotola, Lemuria, eo shotomaye, eo sotoya, eo sotoya, eo sotoya. Back to love, back to love, back to love. few Lemurian elders. Yeah, you know, if you've been following me for a while and from the beginning, the journey back to my heart was many years, lots and lots of years. I say 7, but I know now when I look back, no, a lot longer, probably childhood. It's took me to find my wings, to find my heart, and to speak about finding my heart to help others on their journey. Wow, what a planet it will be when we all find our hearts and our angel wings. No, dragon wings, any wings. When we find our wings, we are free and we can fly. Our heart can fly also. Okay, shall leave it there and have a lovely weekend, and I hope these messages help you, and I shall speak to you all soon. Bye.